guys, welcome back to the Soul Sisters channel. Yesi here, and today I'm going to be cooking some apple pie with you guys. This is my first time making apple pie. I just googled a recipe, and the reason why I'm making apple pie is because my husband and I went apple picking today, and we have a huge bag of apples. I'm not a big apple eater, so that's why we decided to find a way to use all these apples. So let's dive right in. As you can see, I sort of prepped all of the ingredients here already just to make this video go a lot quicker and smoother and not very convoluted, just a quick, easy tutorial or sort of like learning with me, because I'm not really teaching you guys, I'm sort of learning with you guys on how to make this apple pie recipe. So to start off, we have our apples, which I peeled and thinly sliced. It's about 6 to 7 cups, which I basically peeled and cut about, let's say, 4 to 5 medium to large apples. And they say it's for it to be crisp and tart. So I tried to pick out the ones that look the greenest almost, or the crispiest, tartiest of the apples. I have a whole bag mixed of all different kinds of apples: Macintosh, Red Delicious, Fuji, Brayburn, and I don't even know what else. So yeah, who knows what kind of apples are in here. It's a mixture of whatever looked the crispiest and the tartiest. So to begin, let me go through the ingredients. We have our apples, as I said. We have a ½ a cup of brown sugar, a ½ a cup of regular sugar, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice in here, and 1 egg white in here. I also have some puff pastry sheets and some pie crust in a dish already. However, I do have this cute fancy little pie dish. I don't know if I'm going to be rolling these out and putting them in this dish or what, because the recipe called for pastry dough, but I couldn't find just regular pastry dough, so I do have this one and that one, and we'll just make it work somehow. But to begin, let's see what the instructions tell us. So they say that in a small bowl, combine all of the sugars, flour, and spices, and to set it aside. So that's what this is for. So let's combine the sugar. Here goes the brown sugar, regular sugar, the flour as well, and then all these spices. So the nutmeg, the ginger, and the cinnamon. I'm just gonna grab a regular fork because, as you guys may know, brown sugar tends to be sort of like moist and sticky almost. It's not dry and loose, so you kind of need the fork to like really mix everything out in there together and kind of like pierce through the brown sugar. Really mix everything in there, and of course I'm making a mess, because why not? Why wouldn't I make a mess, right? So I'm just going like this. Again, the recipe doesn't tell me to do this, I'm just kind of improvising. It just says to mix everything together, so I'm just sort of going with my own like cooking instincts, what I like to do, or what I think is the right way. Make it nice and loose. It's getting there. It's definitely becoming like a nice loose powder, not too chunky. Let's get that nice and mixed in there. And it smells really good, very spiced up, lots of nutmeggy and gingery smells. I'm not a huge fan of ginger flavor, so hopefully this recipe isn't too intense with the spice. If it is, then I would probably just tweak it later on to make it less of each item. And then let's see what else it says. It says to grab your apples and toss them with the lemon juice. and then add the sugar and coat it. So here's the lemon juice. I'm just gonna toss that there. Just sort of mix them all in there. Toss and coat the sugar mixture in here. So hopefully I don't make too much of a mess. So let's see. Let's start with a little bit at first and then just kind of work our way through this. Toss it in there. And you know what? I'm going to get something else, not a fork, because I don't want it to cut up my apples too much. And add a little bit more. Toss it in there again. Mix that in there. Apples. I'm pretty sure that like all of this sugar and spices are going to be like coating the apples, and then when you bake them, all of that caramelizes together with the apple juices and it creates that really good apple pie filling. So far as you can see, this recipe looks pretty easy. Nothing too complicated. The hardest part really is just chopping up and slicing these apples. Well, peeling them as well. It's a lot of apples. Also, stop right here if you forgot. Make sure to preheat that oven to 375. So get that thing on, make sure you start it so that it's nice and hot and ready for you when you're ready to throw this all in the oven. So I'm just gonna sprinkle in that last bit. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it kind of already looks like a caramelized apple filling now. Like, I guess it's just mixing in there with the juices of the apples. And that's what it looks like right now. Next up is to line a 9-inch pie plate with bottom crust. Trim the crust even with the edge and then fill it with the apple mixture and dot with butter. I wonder if I should melt the butter. I'll probably melt the butter. And then it says to roll out remaining dough to fit to the top of the pie, place over the filling, trim, seal, and flute the edges and cut slits in the crust. So let's start improvising with the crust over here because I don't really know what to do with all of this crust. You know what? I'm gonna throw some flour on here. This dough here is a little bit too small for this pie dish, even though this is a 9-inch pie dish and this is supposedly more 9-inch pie dishes. And I am supposedly able to use this as like my pie dish, but let's go ahead and take the dough out of this dish. Let's just bring it on. Hopefully it doesn't totally get ruined. So I'm just improvising here, and if worse comes to worse, then I'll obviously use my phyllo dough because why not? But again, just gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour here so that it doesn't stick. I'm just gonna throw that in there. And I'm just gonna start mixing the dough, and kind of make it into my own pie dough, so to speak. Let's go ahead and just roll it out. I'm just gonna go ahead and like sprinkle a little bit of flour in this pan so that my dough doesn't really stick to it too much. Alright, let's see what we can do with this dough. Let's roll it out. Let's move this over a little bit more. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna recombine both doughs to make it bigger and more uniform all around. Like it's working out for me here. It's nice. I'm just gonna cut the edges off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my pie filling in here, which hopefully doesn't get too full. Like it's just enough, actually. Just the right amount. Get all those juices in there. Kind of lay it flat. Now that I have my pie with the pie filling, I have to try and figure out if this puff pastry dough will work. But first I have to dot the apple mixture with butter. So let's actually just take this butter and let's melt it a little bit in the microwave. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dot it with butter. As I said, hopefully this is the right way to do it because I don't really know what dot with butter means. Throw more flour in here, and let's open this thing up and see what we've got here. Just the one sheet. Looks like it could be enough. If I maybe roll it out a little bit more, let's just roll this sucker out. Let's go ahead and put it on now. Perfect. Seems to fit perfectly. And then we're gonna grab another fork again. Let's just go ahead and like stick it together, I guess. And then again, same as before, just cut at the extras here. And let's take these little things of puff pastry, roll it together. I'm gonna just make little like again, improvising here, being totally creative. I don't see why you can't take creative license if it's your first time doing something. Go out of the box, put your own spin to it, do what you want. So I'm just going to take this pastry. I'm going to go ahead and roll it out if possible. I'm going to take the lines. I'm just going to put like little lines, kind of like roll it up. Nice and flat. Just going to do like this. As you can see, I took some creative license, just kind of put a little bit of extra puff pastry dough into little shapes. The recipe also says to cut some slits into the dough. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut about 1-inch slits into each little area here. Then it says to beat the egg white until foamy and brush it over the crust. Beat the egg whites until they're frothy. Let's just brush that over crust. I have this like baker's brush thing, a-majig. Just gonna brush it. To sprinkle over some more sugar. I'm actually going to sprinkle over some brown sugar just because I prefer brown sugar. And then it says to cover the edges loosely with foil. Crumble it up in my hands and just sprinkle it on just loosely. Says to bake it at 375 for 25 minutes, and then you remove the foil and bake it for another 20 to 25 minutes. So let's go ahead and throw this in the oven. Here's my oven. And we'll see how that turns out in about 50 minutes. See you guys then. Here is the final result of our beautiful apple pie. As you can see, I don't want to touch it because it's still hot, but that's what it looks like. There's my improvised design, so you can see. Looks pretty good to me. I do say so myself. And I will see you guys in a little bit for the final taste test in about 2 hours or so. And yeah, see you then. Alright guys, welcome back. As you can see, I've switched into my PJs. I took a shower, got all fresh. I'm ready to go watch some TV and end my night, but we are going to try this apple pie first. So let's go ahead and cut right into it. I'm going to show you guys a close-up. Let's try this baby out. This is absolutely delicious. If you guys make this recipe, please make sure to share it on Instagram, tag us, hashtag us, share us some pictures. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like to see more videos from us, please make sure to subscribe to our channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.